So today we're going to be opening up this Dell Inspiron 153511 and calibrating its hinges. Now the reason I say that we need to calibrate it is because a lot of these models, especially 2022, 2023 Dell Inspiron 153511s, they had a big issue where at least one of the hinges would be either side, they'd just snap here and it would become absolutely unusable and you wouldn't be able to open the display or even close it. This is my one here, so I've had this basically since 2022 and it's probably had like 2 or 3 hinge replacements that were under warranty, because these would die within 6 months and the warranty is 1 year, so these would always die like around 6 months and they'll just die. The hinge would just break and they will either ship you a new one or they'll replace the hinges if you paid for the extended warranty, which I did. But by the time my extended warranty ended, I wasn't even using this as a main device anyways. So today I'm going to open it up and we're going to fix the hinge issue, most notably by calibrating hinges, which is loosening them. So when you try to open a laptop with one hand, you won't just do this, you'll actually be able to open it with one hand like that. Because here's a MacBook for comparison. You can see here, I can have it like this here, and I can open it with one hand, which is what it's supposed to be, but that's not the case with these Dells, especially the Inspiron line. I don't know why, but they just absolutely neglect this line. And I don't think it's even a thing anymore. They've moved on to a whole new naming scheme that I don't even understand. So firstly, I'm going to flip the laptop over and we're going to unscrew all these screws here. These two here do not come out of the body usually. My one, these the things that retain them into the bottom panel, they're broken, so these don't do much at all. They're just the basics for holding the hinge down and keeping this from lifting up. But I'm pretty sure this side doesn't work properly, so I'll start with all the other ones that you can take out. All screws are the same size, so you don't have to worry about mixing them or putting the wrong ones in the wrong holes, because they're all generally the same size. So now that you've gotten all these screws along here and this top one out, next you'll want to open these two, just spin them. My one here, it's not even properly connected, so this will probably just lift up easily, and this one will also lift up. But anyways, normally with these you'd have this side lift up. I'll just have to pry it up myself, and you'll use something like a card. You just go around and unclip all the tabs by putting it in and lifting up. If this laptop hasn't ever been opened, if yours hasn't been ever opened before, then these would be quite hard to open, but once they've already been opened like this one, it's pretty easy. Now put the bottom panel off to the side. Now here's the inside of the Dell Inspiron. What we want to do is to unscrew the Wi-Fi card like that. Keep that there and put it off to the side. Keep note of which side each color is. So in my case, black is towards the left. Unplug them and take the Wi-Fi card out. Then route the Wi-Fi cables out and around to where the hinge is, which is over here. Now on the other side here, we will want to unplug the display cable. So just lift that black tab up and pull the cable out. Now that that's done and this cable and this cable are loose, you can unscrew the hinges. We've got 2 screws here, and on the right side here we've got 2 screws here and here, and keep them separate from the bottom panel screws. And once it's all unscrewed, you will need to use a bit of force, but you should be able to lift up the hinges and get them, it's probably that high. That's good enough. Not much more is needed. Now you can take the laptop and slowly pull it away from the display by lifting it up. There you go. The laptop frame is now separate from the display. So put the laptop body to the side, pull out these cover plates here, pull it outwards like that, while trying to avoid the display cable, because you don't want to break that. Okay, so now that you've got these 2 cover plates off, what you can see here, if we take this dust off, on each hinge there's this little hex kind of screw thing at the end. As you can see, these hinges are really quite stiff, so we're going to loosen them. Going to need something like this. The camera will focus. See, it's like a hex bit kind of thing. And you're going to need to loosen the hinge. So you can see here, I put it on the end of the hinge there, and you're just going to turn it, and it should hopefully get a little bit looser as you turn it. So then check the hinge again. Still a bit too firm, so I'm going to do just a bit more. And you want to do the same for the other side. Try and make them as equal as you can, and test how opening it feels. You're going to put these covers back on, and so once they're on, they should be pretty strong on. Shouldn't be too loose. Now you're just going to make sure that you bring these Wi-Fi cables. You're going to lift the laptop back up to the height of the hinges, and you're just going to lift it down. Push the hinges down and line it up with the screw holes. And for the final time, screw these hinges back in. Now that you've screwed down your hinges, plug in the display cable again, being very careful not to damage it. Once you've got it aligned, push this black tab down, and it's good. Now wire your Wi-Fi antenna cables and route them across the board to where the Wi-Fi card sits. Also, now's the time where you need to remember which way you put the cables in on the Wi-Fi card, because putting them the wrong way could result in the Wi-Fi card just simply not working until you put it the right way around, which can be a nightmare because you have to reopen and close the laptop. Now, with whatever way you remember putting it in, just put the Wi-Fi antenna cables back in. I also forgot to mention, but you should unplug your battery when you're doing this. I forgot to, so it's kind of too late now. Now, once all your cables are plugged in, simply put the cover on and screw it back in. And essentially, you're good to just cover up the laptop and screw it all back in. Now the laptop's hinges should open nice and easily. And you should be able to open it with one hand, like this. So guys, if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and even subscribe if you're into content like this. And I'll see you in the next video.